To I was able to enjoy the game. Just one second. Yeah, so I was able to enjoy the game and I was able to have fun with it and have my first thoughts and experience with the game as we are waiting for the game to fully release globally to everyone on the 30th of this month. So those of you who have not yet or who are still waiting to get their game, you can just wait for the sales to start coming and then get your game, or you can just pay for the EA Play access and get to play the game for free. But you know, the EA Play access, you have to pay for it monthly, so you can decide if you want to go that route. If you don't want to buy the game, you just want to play the game monthly. So the EA Play is just like Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, but this is now exclusively for EA games only. You'll only be getting EA games only, and if you want to get the top tier EA games, you'll need to pay for the EA Play Pro. So if you only pay for the regular EA Play, you'll be only getting access to FIFA 22 and some downgrade games along that line. So that's what you'll be getting when you pay for the EA Play Pro. You can also use the Google Stadia and others, but you'll still need to have an EA account with the game already loaded, so you'll still need to pay for an EA subscription. So that is if you're using the Google Stadia or the NVIDIA Shield route in order to play FIFA 23. So FIFA has come a long way. I remember I played the OG FIFAs, like all of them on the PlayStation 2. That was FIFA 2004 and FIFA 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think the last one I played was FIFA 15 on the PlayStation Vita. Michael Kabira, welcome to the show. You're saying, what does ANSS mean? I honestly don't have an idea about ANSS, but I can check it up and see what it means. I don't know if it's an abbreviation for something. I can just check it up for you and see what it means. I don't really know what it means, or I don't find any clues of what it means, but I'm trying to check on Google, and Google, the closest thing Google is giving me is ANYS. I mean ANSYS. There's no ANSS. Google doesn't seem to have ANSS in their database, so I don't really know what it means. So FIFA has come a long way, and this FIFA 23 is going to be the last game in the partnership between FIFA and EA. So we're going to see what exactly is going to happen, whether they're going to extend their deals, whether they're going to extend their contracts, who knows. But this is the last game in the series that will have the branding for FIFA. By the way, those who would want to join the show, feel free to join my Discord server. Just type in the chat box !Discord, and you'll be given a link to join my server, and you too can join in on the conversation and contribute as well on the show. So we have FIFA. This is the last game that is going to be in the franchise. I've had multiple rumors of people saying that the next football game is going to be called EA Sports FC, and that FIFA are looking for a new game developer to partner with so that they can get working on their own games now, aside from working with the developer they have been working with, EA Sports. So I don't know what actually led to this closure of the deal, because they've been at it for a very long time. Like I've mentioned, FIFA is one of the games that has been there for the longest time, and football, or if we say soccer, is a sport that has been there for the longest time and has been supported for the longest time. So we have been having people supporting and people who also do not support soccer for the longest time. So it has been a sport that has been there for quite some time, and to see a game like FIFA now losing partnership with EA, you have to ask a few questions. But as of us who are just the player base, we don't really know exactly what caused FIFA to not partner with EA again for this new FIFA. So I highly don't know anything that could have led to their dispute and their separation. Maybe it could be an issue with funds. It could be a dispute with funds. Maybe EA is making a lot of money that is not going to FIFA, or probably FIFA is also making a lot of money that is not going to EA. So it could be a two-way traffic. So we don't really know what actually led to this split. But as we do know, this is the final game that EA and FIFA Sports have partnered together to make. So this will be the last FIFA in the installment. So next year probably there will not going to be a game called FIFA 24. Next year September, we'll see what EA have in plan and what FIFA have in plan as well, because we've not had any official news or any official communication from the two. It has just been rumors going around that both companies have parted ways and are now doing their own individual projects. So it will be good to see what each one of them comes up with, and it's going to be nice, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be interesting to see what each one of them is going to be able to give us. That is by the time of next year September, because like as we follow the trend, EA have been releasing a FIFA game every September. So roughly every year we get a new FIFA game, and that has been the trend all the way from the OG FIFAs that were on the PlayStation 2, from the FIFA World Cup 2002 up to the current FIFA that we have, which is FIFA 23. So we are yet to see some good projects coming in on the line, as we don't know anything else. Michael Kabito is asking, are D and S so close to the keyboard? Yeah, D and S are so close to the keyboard. They're just like the buttons right next to each other. It's S and then D. They are buttons that are just right next to each other on the keyboard. that most guys normally use this type of input when they are playing racing games. They normally use the WASD for racing games, and probably for movement. Most guys prefer to move with WASD rather than the arrow keys on the keyboard. So I don't know, it's just a preference. Some guys prefer using the arrow keys to move on the keyboard while they're playing PC games, and other guys decide WASD is their route for movement keys on the keyboard. So those keys are just right next to each other. It's like just like a brother and sister combination. It's just like a brother and sister combination. So right now we also have the FIFA World Cup that is coming up in December, and we also have scandals to talk about. Now that the FIFA World Cup is coming in December, we have a scandal that recently erupted. That is, the country of Ecuador have been banned from the World Cup as they were found with, some of their players were found with illegal documents stating that they were actually players from Ecuador, while one of their players was actually from Colombia, and they have already been replaced with another country from I think it will just be, they'll just pick one of the South American countries to go and replace Ecuador's slot in the World Cup. But that actually was a low blow from one of the countries participating in the World Cup. Like, for your country to be pulled out of the World Cup, that is a very serious offense. And one of your players having foreign documents claiming he's from your country and he's actually from another country, that is a very big and serious offense. That is not good. Like, they qualified for the World Cup, but then now they were hit with that scandal that came unexpectedly. No one knew that such a scandal was going to erupt in the FIFA scene, or in the football scene, rather, the international football scene. So that was a disappointment to the country of Ecuador, and the person who was responsible for that mishap or for that scandal, I think the country is going to deal with him accordingly, depending on the level at which they feel the crime was committed, or how they think the crime was committed, or the level of the crime. So they're going to weigh the options and see how lethal was the crime and what sentence is he going to get in a court of law. So we are yet to hear confirmation as well, and also to see which country. I'll just pull up the page. I'll just pull up an article, and we see what country has actually replaced Ecuador in the World Cup. So I didn't follow the story fully, so we can follow the story together on the show and see what exactly led to them being pulled out of the World Cup. And we know there are countries that shocked people. A country like Italy was removed from the World Cup by North Macedonia. That shocked everyone. Like, people knew Italy was going for the World Cup clean until they encountered North Macedonia, who pulled them out of the World Cup qualifiers. So Italy did not qualify for the World Cup. That was a shock to the whole world, because guys knew that Italy was definitely gonna be in the World Cup, but then North Macedonia had other plans for Italy, and it made sure Italy didn't show up in the World Cup. So that's one of the countries who will not be participating in the World Cup. And now the second country is Ecuador, due to other reasons. Not that they didn't qualify, but now this scandal of theirs that is ongoing, and I don't think they're going to solve the scandal anytime soon, because as of now they've already been pulled out of the World Cup qualifiers. Even though they qualified, they're not going to play in the World Cup. So that's one thing. So even though they've qualified, they are not going to play in the World Cup. So that's a downfall for them. They've struggled so hard and gone to training, done everything accurately, and tried to maintain a good sportsmanship, only to be told that they will not play in the World Cup. That's very disheartening. Is Morifa going to Yes, I don't know what's going on with this Morife thing. I've been seeing it trending a lot on social media. Morife, why are you running? Morife this, Morife that. I don't even really know what he did or who he is or why that name is trending. I don't really know why it is trending or what that guy did to make him trending. Like there's always something in Kenya that is trending for various reasons. I don't know what he did or what he has done that made him trending, so I don't know. But I'm definitely sure he's not making it to the World Cup. I'm definitely sure. He would have if he had like travel documents and whatnot. But I'm 100% sure the man ain't making it to the World Cup. You will not see him there. But besides that, when we go back to the side of FIFA 23, like the graphics of the game have greatly been improved from FIFA 22. Like the graphics of the game have been improved a great ordeal. I've played the game, like I said, from the 3 days early access, and the game looks fantastic. The game looks amazing. The only issue I had with the game as of the launch is the gameplay, as it's not as good as compared to the gameplay of FIFA 22. Like I tried using the sprinting, but my players were not running as fast as they were running in FIFA 22. That's a downside, because I tried running and my players felt as if they were running a little bit slow on FIFA 23 as compared to FIFA 22. So they felt a little bit slower than they were on FIFA 22. So that needs to be fixed, because now that's not going to be good. Are you sure he won't run to Qatar? I don't think he'll make it. Even if he's trying to make it on foot, probably he puts himself in a cargo ship all the way to Qatar. By the time December is reaching, he'll have reached Qatar safely. Yeah, just a sec. Chat, so we are back. We were talking about the FIFA 23 gameplay. So I tried running in FIFA 23, but the running didn't feel as smooth as it was in FIFA 22. That's something that they need to work on. I know FIFA is out already on the next gen, that is Xbox Series S and X, and also on the PlayStation 5. And also we need to talk about a mishap that happened during FIFA 23 beta. So there were guys who were banned on Twitch. I don't really know their channels. I was just following the people who I normally watch, who normally stream and play FIFA on Twitch. They were saying some channels were banned on Twitch for streaming FIFA 23 prior to the launch of the game, because apparently it wasn't their fault. It was a mistake on Microsoft's end. Microsoft accidentally gave out the full game on Xbox, FIFA 23. It was the full version game, and guys were able to log into the game. They were able to play the game. They were able to log into Ultimate Team and see the player ratings, but they couldn't do much as this. I think EA talked with Xbox real quick and told them they need to fix whatever mistake that they have done, because now this was not looking good for EA, because now they've struggled to get their game. They've been developing their game for a while, and then the game has not yet fully been launched, and then Xbox decided to make a blunder by releasing the full version game on Xbox that some guys who normally play on Xbox were able to download and were actually able to play the game. So that was a downside on the part of Xbox, and people were not really happy with that. People didn't enjoy. They didn't enjoy. Those who wanted to play FIFA 23 and they had their Xboxes ready were able to download the game and play up to where the download was patched, where you could no longer download the game, as they fixed up the issue where people were able to play the full-on version game without the game being fully released. So that was an issue. That was a very big issue, and that one was one of the biggest setbacks EA has had so far in this season. When they were developing and launching their game, it's one of the biggest setbacks they have had. Running planning a game, working with developers to ensure your game is fully developed and ready to launch, but just before the game is ready to launch, some third-party companies that you have partnered with actually ruin the official launch of the game. And I mean third-party companies like these are not EA and whatnot related, but in this scenario Microsoft is a third party, as it's not licensed to. It is licensed to distribute and sell EA games on their platform, which is the Microsoft Store and the Xbox Store. So in this scenario, they are third parties. So they had a lot of answering to do to Microsoft. They had a lot of answering to do. And then now we also have a new emerging topic that has come up, whereby Samsung users, some of their phones have been exploding. And I don't know if this has happened to any of you. I myself have been an avid Samsung user from my current Samsung to the previous Samsung that I had before this one. So this is the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and prior to this one, the phone that I had before this one was the Sony Xperia XZ3. So the one before the Sony the one before the Sony Xperia XZ3 was the Samsung Galaxy S9 Ultra, which was a really good phone, but it fell in the washroom, it fell in the drainage, so RIP to that phone. But I've been hearing a lot of complaints. Even popular tech reviewers have also complained about it. Samsung phones, their batteries just swelling up and bursting and causing the screen to detach from the body. That has been something that has been on the air, that has been a bit dangerous. So I don't know if your Samsung phone is or has already exploded. They didn't actually explode, like they the batteries of the phone started swelling, and they started cracking up the screens all the way from the back. So if I was to show you like this, for example, this is my phone, and let's say this is the part where I'm showing you right now on camera is the back. So the battery has swollen up such that the back is separated from the body. So like if you look at exactly what I'm doing, if you see, like this is how the phone is looking like. The battery has swelled up such that you can see the insides of the phone and the internal components of the phone. So some guys have complained, some of the biggest tech reviewers on YouTube. So I don't know what Samsung is going to do about this, because this is not the first time Samsung phones have done this. There was a time the Galaxy, I think it was Samsung Galaxy S7 or the Samsung Galaxy Note 7, when it was brand new, when plugged in to charge, the phones would explode, and Samsung recalled back all the phones, and the customers were given brand new devices that were patched up. So I don't know, is it Samsung or what is going on, because it's not the first time Samsung phones have done this. So some tech YouTubers were saying it's not only Samsung phones, but other reputable brands have done the same. But for Samsung, it's not the first time. So we have to put the magnifying glass on them, and we have to start asking them questions. Hey man, what's going on? Like, might you have had? And they were saying those were phones from 3 years ago and above that were doing that. So mine is from 2019, because the Note 10 Plus came out in 2019, and so mine I think is from 3 years ago. So I've not had that issue. I don't know if it has happened to any of you, because it hasn't yet happened to me. So I don't know if it will eventually happen to me in the long run. I'm not wishing it does, because right now the economy is bad and there's not enough money to get a new phone. So I'm not wishing it happens on me. So I'll just continue using my phone and testing out and experimenting to see whether my battery will actually swell and burst, causing the screen to erupt. So I don't know how Samsung is going to deal with this. I don't know how Samsung is going to fix this. They better fix it ASAP, because customers who have had their phones for more than 3+ or 5+ years without having any problems are now complaining, because now they had not planned to buy a new phone, or they had not budgeted to buy a new phone, but now Samsung is forcing them to create a budget to buy a new phone. So now they don't really know what to do, because now they were not ready to buy new phones, but it looks like Samsung is forcing them to buy new phones. This is like the time Apple was forcing people to buy new phones by removing updates from older iPhones from iPhone 5 and backwards. They were not getting the latest versions of iOS updates, forcing people to buy new phones. Like, they don't want you to buy a new phone directly, but they'll force you to buy a new phone indirectly in the long run. Like, you might be a vivid Apple user or an Apple fan and you like Apple products or Apple smartphones, and now they force you to buy a new phone in the sense that they stop giving updates to the previous models of the phone that you currently have, and models also below other models that are below the model that you have. So that was just a way of forcing people to buy new phones, removing updates from the current from the systems that are dated, but they have older software like iPhone 5 and below, so they stopped getting updates. So I don't know where Apple reached with that. So FIFA 23 looks good. Like I said, I've enjoyed the graphics. I've enjoyed part of the gameplay. The chemistry style has changed in FIFA 23 as compared to FIFA 22. We have a lot of graphical improvements from the game, and we'll dive into that shortly. We'll have a look at the FIFA 23 early access gameplay and see exactly how beautiful the game looks and how the game runs, because it's gonna be fun. and we're going to see how the game looks. We're gonna dive into the gameplay, analyze the gameplay, digest the gameplay, and get a run through of what has been added to the game, what has been removed from the game, and what else has been done to make the gameplay better. We know that there are some players who have been removed from FIFA 23, and there are some icons who have also been removed from FIFA 23. So we're going to dive into that. We're going to see all of those and get a glimpse of whatever is going on in FIFA. So I think we've talked about the game's graphics, we've talked about how the game looks, and we've talked about a little bit about the FIFA 23, I mean not the FIFA 23, the FIFA World Cup, the scandal dealing with Ecuador, where they've been banned from the World Cup or removed from this year's World Cup due to some infringements, like where one of the players was found actually not to be Ecuadorian but actually Colombian. So like there's just been a lot going on, and it was just keeping you guys up to date with whatever is going on. So we'll dive into some FIFA 23 gameplay as of now. We get to look at the game modes that are there. We know this is the first ever FIFA with crossplay. I know that they tried crossplay towards the end of FIFA 22. I think it was crossplay beta, but not very many guys were able to interact with the crossplay beta. So I'm hoping that the crossplay for FIFA 23 is going to be good. It's going to be amazing, and it's not going to have any problems. As you know, FIFA is a game known for very bad game servers. They have a reputation for having bad game servers, from Apex to Destiny. No, Destiny is not by EA. I'm confusing Destiny with Anthem. So from Anthem to Apex Legends to FIFA, all those games have not had great servers in the past. Their servers have not been good, to say the least. They've not been really good servers. Even people who have used those servers, have complained that the servers are what kill the game. At least Apex Legends has tried to maintain good servers, but they're still not the best. People always lag out of game, get packet loss once in a while, and they have very good internet. I've experienced that myself. We have FIFA games disconnecting people from servers. This was one of the biggest issues I had with FIFA. That was for FIFA 22. You may be in the lobby doing an SBC, or rather squad building challenge, and the game kicks you out of the server, and it says there was an error communicating with Ultimate Team servers. Please try again later. And you start wondering, like, why does this have to happen, and why is it happening now? Because now people are not really happy with it, so they're not really enjoying. It's because it's not a happy experience. You're busy playing your game, you're enjoying, you're grinding out your game, and then all of a sudden, boom, you get hit with an error message. There's a problem connecting to the game servers. Please try again later. Like, you wouldn't be happy at all with that. You wouldn't. You would be bored. You wouldn't find any fun. You would just leave the game, because there are sometimes I've actually closed FIFA 22 because I'm trying to grind out the game, do a challenge, and you just get it with the error message. There's an error connecting to the game servers. Please try again later, and you're just not happy at that point. You're just not pleased, or you're just not impressed at that point. So it's not looking, I wouldn't say that it's not looking good on FIFA's side, but I believe they're doing everything in their power to give us very good game servers that we can play on and we can enjoy. So we can't really complain much about their game servers. They're doing the best they can to give us the best they have. But I also want to point out that this is a company that is making millions and billions of dollars. So they should be able to give people very decent game servers. We have battle royale games like Fortnite and PUBG who have been there since around 2017, and they have had game servers, and I've not had people complaining about the Fortnite servers or the PUBG servers, not even once, not even a little bit. They've barely complained about the servers. So I don't know what EA are doing to work on this to make people stop complaining about the servers. Well, that's one thing they need to work on, because if you want to build a player base, you need to have good servers. And if you have good servers that have good routing and players can actually play and enjoy the game, then players will find more reason to stick with your game. You see, like the Fortnite came, it had good servers, but now you see the game is dying gradually because there's no player base. The guys who are still playing Fortnite right now are the guys who are good at the game. That's it. The guys who are playing Fortnite right now are guys who are good at the game. They're not playing it because they want to play. They are playing it because they are good at the game. And then there are those other guys who are just trying to advocate for Fortnite, trying to revive the player base even though the game is already dead. So that's what will happen to these companies if they don't have good game servers or they don't know how to market the games properly. With FIFA, it has been getting market and it has been getting recognition almost every single year. When a new FIFA drops, there's always recognition of the previous FIFA, and people talk about the new FIFA, what has been done to improve it, what are the changes that have been done to the FIFA, and what have they brought to the table. Now, when you're bringing a new game to the table, it's like a baked cake. So everybody wants to taste and have a piece and give you a piece of their mind. So you bring a new game, we're the players. We're the ones who interact with your game, and we're the ones who will give you feedback about your game. So as a developer, you should listen to what majority of the people are telling you, or majority of the player base is telling you, because they're the ones we are the ones who interact with your game. We play your game, so we know the issues that your game has. So when we tell you the issues that your game has, you shouldn't be mad and telling us that we don't know how to do your job properly. A good example of this is one of the Apex developers, but he got fired sometime towards the beginning of this year, or sometime towards the end of last year. He was an Apex developer called Daniel Zickline, and he also worked with developers developing some games like League of Legends. He worked as a developer there at the League of Legends studios. So for Apex Legends, he made a comment that made the Apex community baffled and the Apex community very sad, because he said Watson needs to be nerfed. And the people who play Apex Legends, us, really know that Watson needs to be buffed a lot. She needs a huge buff. Like, if you look at Watson's abilities, they're not that powerful as compared to other Legends abilities. Yes, they're good abilities, but they're not as powerful as the abilities of other Legends. Yes, she has her energy pylon that recharges shields for her teammates and can also block grenades, and also it also blocks Bangalore and Gibraltar's ultimate. So that's one thing she has. Another thing she has is her fences. That's one thing she was given. So, and the final thing that Watson has is her shield regenerates automatically, if I'm not wrong, or maybe she has passive shield regen, That's one of the things she was given. Now, when Daniels declined, said that Watson needs to be buffed, people really got mad. People really got pissed at him, and people started questioning whether he knows what he's doing. And instead of Daniels decline replying to the people who were asking him these questions politely, he said, if I give you my position to do my job for a day, I'm sure you won't be able to do it up to the level that I have done it. And now people began questioning if this is his thinking, then we are yet to see what he's to do within the game, if he was to continue working with Respawn. But apparently he got fired by Respawn due to a racist comment that he made 10 years ago. So he did confirm that he's the one who actually made the comment, and also his co-workers, people who worked with him at the League of Legends studio, said he also had the same behaviors while working at the League of Legends studio. So he was just a guy known for such behaviors, and he wasn't good. So I think Respawn let him off, they let him out, and they told him to go and have free will to do whatever he wants outside of the Respawn headquarters. So FIFA is now going to find it difficult to maintain a player base without the name, without EA Sports. Like, actually it's not, it's the vice versa. EA Sports is going to have to struggle to maintain a player base without the name FIFA in it. EA Sports FIFA 23, EA Sports FIFA 19, EA Sports FIFA 20, EA Sports FIFA 16. So they're going to have to struggle, because I know FIFA is a reputable company that has a good amount of resources, that can hire a game developing company that can develop for them a very good football game that will look beautiful and fantastic and will have very good game servers. On the other hand, EA, we know, have been making the football games for the longest time, since their inception or their partnership with FIFA into making the football games. But like I mentioned earlier, the partnership is coming to an end, and this is actually going to be the last FIFA with an EA Sports branding, or the last EA Sports game with a FIFA branding, if we were to correct ourselves. So this is the last EA Sports game with a FIFA branding, and I don't see us getting anything from there, but we'll try to see if we'll get more news, more updates on what both companies are planning ahead of the next football season or the next year. We don't know what each company has planned for the next gaming year, so we are yet to see and find out. Right now, let's dive into some FIFA 23 and see how the game looks, see how they have improved the graphics, and see how the game actually feels when you actually get onto it firsthand. So we're just going to see how the game will play, how the game looks, how the graphics have improved from the previous FIFA, and what is going to be my take on the game, and what is going to be everybody's take on the game. So we are yet to see that. So I'm just waiting for the application to launch. This is the EA desktop app. This is what is going to replace Origin very soon. So very soon Origin will become absolute, and you can see here FIFA 23 Ultimate Edition. It says your early access starts now. So EA had already sent me an email saying my game is ready to play. You can see the play button right over there. So they already gave me my my go ahead to play the game. So when you pre-order, they send you an email and a confirmation of payment that you've pre-ordered your game, and then when the game is ready to be played, they also send you a one-on-one quote-on email that tells you can now go ahead to your launcher and play your game, or to your designated platform where you play, whether it's PC, Xbox, Nintendo, or Google Stadia. You can now go ahead and play your game or launch your game and enjoy. So I'm just going to get my controller connected, and then we're going to dive into some FIFA 23 reviews now, official reviews of the official game. Now we've talked about the game, we've mentioned what we want to see changed in the game, and now we want to dive into the actual game itself. So let me just get my USB cable for my controller connected, and then we can start. So remember, after this chat, we're going to get into some. After this, we're going to go over to Twitch for some Apex Legends gameplay. So be sure to go over on Twitch to twitch.tv/BHE_Frankenstein, as once we are done with the show, we will be going over to Twitch for some Apex Legends gameplay. So hope you enjoy. We will be going over to Twitch for some Apex Legends gameplay. So I need to go back to the game. So this is first look at FIFA 23. I wouldn't call it the first look because I've already played the game, so this is a second look into FIFA 23. I'm going to look at the game modes that FIFA 23 has. It's not going to be any different from the game modes that FIFA 22 had. You can already see the loading screen looks fantastic. We can already see we have the seasons, you have Ultimate Team, you have play modes, you have customize, and you have accessibility. So when we go to play modes, you have quick play modes, you have the Pro Clubs and Volta Football, you have your Ultimate Team, you have career, and you have seasons. So February, it says here February 2022. So the date when you created your FIFA 20, when the date when you created your Ultimate Team will be reflected here. So my Ultimate Team was created in February of 2022. So the date when you created your Ultimate Team carries over all the way to FIFA 23. So when we go to the quick play mode, you have the kickoff, you have the online friendlies. This is where you go and invite a friend over to play. So new friendly season, you just look at your friends who are online. I like the new invite system, it looks good. And then you can also have the tournaments. There's domestic tournaments, we have custom tournament, Champions League, CONMEBOL Libertadores, and women's, we have Women's International Cup. This is one name that I have always had an issue pronouncing in FIFA. So I think it's Libertadores. I think I got it, Libertadores. I'm not sure if I got it right. So this is the lady who was put on FIFA 23 cover page. This is Australian female footballer Sam Kerr, who plays for Chelsea Women's Football Club. Very skilled striker. I'm sure she's a striker. I don't know her position, but doing some research, I found she is Australian and plays for Chelsea Women's Football Club. She was put on the cover of she was put on the cover of FIFA 23 alongside Kylian Mbappe. So we can see here that all the teams have been updated. Everything, the UI even looks a bit better than for FIFA 22. Let's dive into some Ultimate Team and talk about the new changes they have made in terms of the chemistry of the game. And let's play modes. Let's go to Ultimate Team and talk about the chemistry system. In FIFA In FIFA 23 they have given us a new chemistry system that is very different from what we were used to having in FIFA 22. So they gave us a new chemistry system, one that we are not used to having. So we are yet to get it. So let's check what we have in the store. In the store they have given us the 25k packs. So if you have 25k, it says nothing but players to build your ultimate squads includes 12 gold players, 3 rare players, including 180 plus overall rated player guaranteed. So when we look at Ultimate Team, they've given us, it's the same as the last time. You have the promo packs that are always in the store, and then you have the option to buy FIFA points if you want, and then you have the gold packs and the classic packs. So nothing has changed from the store UI. When you go to squad building challenges, they've arranged your squad building challenges, and this is the first actually SBC we're getting for the game. This is Angel Di Maria. We're getting his wants to watch card because he moved to Juventus. So wants to watch are players who transfer clubs. So that's normally, I've not played FIFA for the longest time, and that is Ultimate Team, but according to what I've heard from people who play the game, that the ones to watch is normally the first event that normally takes place in FIFA. So when we now go down to the club, we can see you can see at the top left corner of the screen where it shows my club name, you can see at the bottom it says the team rating and the total chemistry, and you can see in FIFA 23, sorry, there are no grid lines, or there are no lines to show the linking of players. So it's just 3 dots, and each dot represents chemistry that every player is giving to the other player. So you can see right now I have full chemistry, that is 33 out of 33. So that is the total amount of percentage you can get of chemistry in FIFA 23, as opposed to the 100% chemistry you would get in FIFA 22. And one thing to note, when you pre-order the game, you do get an icon on loan. You get Kylian Mbappe on loan, and you're supposed to get a Foot World Cup hero on loan. So I don't know if we have that, but so you are supposed to get a Foot hero, but I got none. So it was a Foot hero or a Foot ambassador on loan. So I don't have any of those. So you can see here everybody is on the full 3 chemistry because everybody is from the Premier League, but then you can also get different sets of chemistry with players from different leagues but of the same country. So if I was like using a formation with 2 strikers, I could put him up over here with Goncalo Guedes, and he would actually link with Goncalo Guedes, but he would have a chemistry of 1, and Goncalo Guedes would have a chemistry of 2 because he's linking to Ivan Perisic, and he's also linking to Martin Odegaard. So he would have +2 chemistry. And then if I was to put as well the let's look for another guy we could use as an example. There was a left back I had who was a Dutch left back, so we'll just search our left backs. There was a Netherlands left back I had. So this guy called Silla, this is a bronze common card. So this is Seko Silla, this is Netherlands. And also I have this other center back who is Joel Veltman from Netherlands. So if I was to switch positions and I put Silla over there, you can see Silla only has one chemistry because he's getting the other chemistry from Joel Veltman. That's where he's getting the 1 dot from. They're not from the same league, but since they're from the same country, he gives 1. He gives a chemistry of 1. So if I put back Luke Shaw, the chemistry goes up. You could see there on the top right, on the top left, +2. So the chemistry system is very, very different. The store UI has not really changed that much. When you go to the transfers and transfer list, it hasn't really changed that much, so you can just search for anything. There's nothing in wants to watch cards, so you can start with Foot Heroes. You can see there Foot Heroes already being sold on the market. These are the FIFA 23 Foot Heroes that we were given. So we have Jaber, we have Papin, we have Diego Milito. He is holding a trophy. I don't really know which trophy that is. We have as well Ricardo Carvalho. On his card he stated that he was from the Premier League, Ricardo Carvalho, on the FIFA website, but it looks like he is on for Liga Portugal. So his full name is Ricardo Alberto Silveira Carvalho. Then another foot hero we have is George Campos from Mexico. This he's now on Major League Soccer because the Mexican league was removed from FIFA 23, unfortunately, and also the Greek league was removed from FIFA 23. That's one thing I forgot to mention as well. As I said, I'll be talking about what has been removed from the game. So we have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still there, Joe Gomez still there, Mario Gomez, still there. We have Fernando Morientes still in the game. We have Jerzy Dudek still in the game, Kohler. Like 3/4 of the foot heroes that were in FIFA 22 are in FIFA 23. So we're going to talk about the icons who are removed from FIFA 23, or the players who are removed from FIFA 23. We have Adebayo Akinfenwa. He retired recently, I think last season when when Wycombe Wanderers won their playoffs. That is when he retired, Adebayo Akinfenwa. And then we also have Inzaghi has also been removed from FIFA 23. He's no longer going to be an icon in FIFA 23. And then we have Cafu as well, who has been removed as an icon from FIFA 23. And then another player who you are not going to see in FIFA 23 is Dani Alves, because he moved to the Mexican League, and the Mexican League was removed from FIFA 23. And we also have Kostas Manolas, who moved to play in the league of his home country, which is Greece. So the Greek league has been removed from FIFA 23, so you will not have those players from the Greek league there. So you won't expect to see Dani Alves in FIFA 23. He's not going to get any cards. Also, Josep Guardiola has been removed as an icon from the game together with Diego Maradona. So all those players that I have mentioned are not going to be in the game. And then we also have Hagi is not also going to be removed, is not going to be in the game. And we have Roberto Baggio as well, who isn't going to be in the game. Those are just a list of players that I know are not going to be in the game. I have not checked to find out if there are other players who are not going to be in the game, but I want to see. I'm checking the icons that are still in the game. So I can see we have recoil, we have Laudrup, we have Rush, we have Van Basten. This is Marco Van Basten. We have Iker Casillas. So this was they had actually posting that Iker Casillas isn't going to be in FIFA 23, but we actually see his card over here, and I don't know where that source came from, but we can see his card is actually here, 89 rated goalkeeper. This is just his regular icon. We have one of the best goalkeepers to ever grace the football field. This is Lev Yashin, RIP, Lev Yashin, all the way from the country of Russia. And by the way, Russia is also another country that was pulled out of the World Cup, so RIP to Russia in the World Cup as well. So we can see that the other icons who were in FIFA 22 are still there. We can see Pele, we can see Cannavaro, we can see Yashin, Van Basten, Rush, Laudrup. There were 3 new icons, by the way, that were added to FIFA 23. That is Gerard Muller, who is currently the father of Thomas Muller, who passed away recently. I think it was this year or sometime last year. So RIP to the father of Thomas Muller, Gerard Muller. He is one of the new icons in FIFA 23. And then we also have Xavi Alonso is another icon that was added to FIFA 23. And also Jairzinho is the latest icon. Those are the 3 new icons we have in FIFA 23. So we have Jairzinho, we have Xavi Alonso, and we have Gerard Muller. So Gerard Muller is a striker with a 94 rated overall card. Jairzinho is a right wing with a 92 overall rated card. And Xavi Alonso, I think, was a CDM with a 90 overall rated card. So I don't think he was that good of a card, but we'll wait to see until guys use him. So let's see if there are icon moments cards already in the game. So there are no icon moments, so it's just icons for now. There's no prime icon moments yet. So these are the only icons we have for now. There are no prime icon moments yet. So the UI looks a bit different. We can see something as well there. FIFA 23 introduced something called moments. I don't know exactly what moments are, but I'll definitely look into it and see what the moments are. And you have, like, the interface is still the same. You can still see the only new thing they added is the moments. So you have your squad battles, you have your division rivals, you have your foot champs, friendlies, single player draft, online draft, and then you have your SBCs on the other end. Here it also shows your player stats. This is where you go to develop your stadium and whatnot. So the game looks good, it looks decent. So playtime is 4 hours and 12 minutes. So this place for playtime shows you exactly how long you have played the game. So if I move my webcam a little bit down, you can see my playtime is 4 hours and 12 minutes for FIFA 23. That's how long I've played the game since the launch. That's how long I've played the game. So you can see on the side where it says chemistry thresholds. It says, did you know you can view a full chemistry panel? Condensed view default shows the threshold stroke chemistry points currently working towards, and the full panel shows all 3 thresholds, giving yourself the full overview. So it's saying that. And let's go back to First Owner. 254 Ultra Gamer, welcome to the show. We were discussing FIFA 23 and the FIFA World Cup, and the scandal that happened between Ecuador with them being pulled out of the World Cup due to some World Cup rules infringements. So welcome to the show. Although it's about to end, but welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. So we can see here, let's check the leaderboards and see. So for friends, we can see that and showing my club value is 30,413,668. That's my current club value. So still have your objectives tab right here. So when you complete objectives, this is where you come to get your objectives tab, and then you can check your season progress and see how far you are on your season progress. So we have Niakate, who transferred to Liga Portugal. This is SBC Barga. He was previously in Bundesliga, transferred to Liga Portugal. We have Onien from Sunderland. This is the EFL Championship. He's a CDM rated 82. And the final card is Neirasio Caswinjo. I can't pronounce this guy's name properly, but it's Neirasio Casanvirjo. Okay, Neiraso Casanvirjo. He's from Eredivisie and he's from FC Groningen, and he's the right back, 82 rated card overall. So let's see the last guy we're getting in storyline. So we can either get Ivo Rodriguez, we can either get Almada, or we can either get Brian Brobbery from the Eredivisie. This is Ajax. So Brian Brobbery, all the way from Netherlands. So the only new thing I can see they've added is they've improved the graphics, the gameplay not that much, and the news tab has always been there. So we have the new thing which they added called Moments, and they've also added this co-op lobby. Now you can play co-op with friends, and also FIFA 23 is now crossplay, so you can play with friends on multiple platforms: Google Stadia, Steam, EA Play. We have PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and also the NVIDIA as well, the NVIDIA Shield. So yeah, so let's read what Moments says. Take on challenges, earn stars, and exchange them for rewards in the star gallery found inside. So these are like credits that you earn, and you can spend those credits to open packs depending on how many credits you've gotten when you complete the challenges. So it's like a season-long reward. So you complete challenges, and you get rewarded for completing the challenges, and you just have fun after completing the challenges, because you will get the moments or the stars, and every challenge will give you a certain amount of stars, and according to the top bar, that's the only thing they've changed, because you can see when you established your FIFA account, and then you can see there how many coins you have, and then you can see your FIFA points, and then next to your FIFA points is the foot moments, where you can see it shows 0 stars because we haven't earned any stars as of yet. And you can see now Team of the Week 1 is available in packs, so pressing R3 will directly take you to the store. So you can open your preview. Let's just open a preview pack and see if there was anybody worth getting inside. Gold Red German left back. This is Gunter. Matthias Gunter, if I'm not wrong. No, it's actually Christian Gunter, not Matthias Gunter. We have Elias Shakiri. This is from Tunisia. Very many African players in football right now who are actually shining. I don't think there's anything else to look at. There's one more thing we need to look at, is just gameplay. So we will dive into a quick match and we'll just play on the easiest difficulty, which is amateur, with the current squad that we have. We'll just play the first half so that guys can get a glimpse of the gameplay. So just the first half and we'll call it. I think that'll be the end of the show. After this first half, I'll give my concluding remarks and we can finish the show.
Welcome everyone on a perfect night for football with the floodlights beaming down. I'm Derek Ray, ready here in the commentary position, and alongside me is the former Arsenal, West Ham and Coventry midfielder Stuart Robson. And without doubt a match with the potential to bring genuine excitement. How do you see the match going, Stuart? Well, that attack going up a dead end, and the keeper has the ball. And this is how the hosts will begin the game today. Alphonse Areola between the posts.
Oh, Derek, what a great opportunity.
Oh, it looked as though he might be through. Not so.
We'll just play the first half. You can even see the HUD, the HUD of the gameplay has changed. Even I forgot to mention as well, the free kick animation has changed. The way you take free kicks has changed drastically from FIFA 22. I know there are people who have made videos on how to take free kicks in FIFA 23, so if you want, you can get.
And now it's up to the referee in terms of what to do next.
You can get those tutorials on how to take free kicks in FIFA 22. I mean FIFA 23, sorry.
Douglas Luiz to take the lead, and just wide of a target. Goal kick.
Well, I think the goalkeeper had it covered, but it was a decent effort, though.
You can see the way the grass looks so beautiful and colorful.
Bremer.
There's a lot of detail into the pitch that you can see
Strong
clearly.
but fair tackle.
Even the faces of people in the stadium have been virtualized. They look a bit more realistic than in previous FIFA games.
Poor pass
that always
pressure.
Keeps improving every FIFA, so
kick coming up.
there's nothing big there. So
Frankie de Jong. Well, it's looking dangerous here from the biggest snakes, but quick thinking defensively. Well, doesn't have to do it on his own. No, keeper in control. Played over. And you don't want to lose possession there. But I'll tell you what, that didn't miss by much.
like I said, only playing the first half, then we'll call it.
Well, he is so very gifted and dynamic, Gonzalo Guedes. What do you anticipate seeing from him today?
Well, Derek, we know he's got great pace, whether he's running with the ball or running in behind defenders. And that's what makes him such a threat on the counter.
Big chance here. Oh, just wide of the mark. Goal kick.
Well, that never looked like troubling the keeper, did it? But it was worth an effort. A good strike from him.
Martin Ødegaard. Not a bad pass it was. He's in here. Well, there's a keeper on song.
Well, how did he stop that? That's just unbelievable.
Even the free kick taking has changed. It has
Not quite what they were
there
working
a
on
lot
in
of
training this week.
animations have changed,
Good
like free
effective
kick
pressure high up the
taking,
pitch.
even the corner taking. All those animations have been changed.
Good movement. And he takes it on. Straightforward piece of goalkeeping.
Well, no surprise there. The biggest snakes have controlled the ball over the last 15 minutes. You sense it's inevitable the goal will come. It'll be certainly no less than they deserve. They just need to be a bit more clinical in that final third now.
And the counter looks on here. Options available. Opportunity. A wonderful counter-attacking football. Just unfortunate that they didn't score.
Had he scored, that would have been a great goal. The speed in which they changed from defence to attack was brilliant.
And really closing him down here. Couldn't hang on to the ball. Skriniar. De Jong. Kessier has it. Regained possession. Martin Ødegaard. Difficult to stop him. The supporters want to see him have a go. Gets! Squanders the chance for 1-0.
Well, that's a big miss. They should be leading now.
Skriniar. Doesn't want to lose his cool here. Can he put them in front? Yes, is the emphatic
And
answer.
there is the goal to give us the
It
lead.
was on the cards.
That was a beautiful execution. That is Adam Lallana. He used to play for Liverpool, but now he plays for Brighton FC. Adam Lallana.
And so the Snakes get the game restarted. Disappointed to have conceded. Can they come up with a quick response? Luis Muriel. Far from a good pass. Moving the ball forward with purpose. And credit is due for that good piece of defending. And giving it away. And he's got the beating of his opponent. Must be. Well, it was down to whether or not he could beat the keeper, and that question has been answered.
Well, I'm all for players striking through the back of the ball with power, but he has to hit the target from there.
Well, very close to half-time now, and it's a narrow lead for the home side. Stuart, how would you assess what you've seen?
Well, it's been a tight game so far, but they've just had that little bit more quality on the ball, particularly in midfield, where they've just started to take control. They'll be fairly happy going at half-time if it stays like this.
Well, a classic example of how to intercept. The referee correctly decided to play advantage. Federico Chiesa. Luis Muriel has it. De Jong. Determined defending. A chance then for the respective managers to address their charges. It is half-time here.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it as far as the FIFA 23 gameplay is concerned. At least you've been able to get a glimpse of the gameplay. At least you've been able to see a little bit of the gameplay. You've been able to interact with the game. We have talked about a few issues on this show. We talked about the FIFA World Cup in December. We talked about countries who will not be participating in the FIFA World Cup due to various reasons. And the most biggest one was the Ecuador scandal. That was big. And we've also talked about the trend of Samsung phones that have started exploding. Samsung phones that were developed from 3 years ago as from 2022. So you count 3 years before 2022, they started exploding with the batteries swelling out. So just take care if you have a Samsung phone. Always be on the know-how. Just check your device, make sure it's not swollen, make sure it's not getting too hot while you're charging it. It may explode. That is for all people who have Samsung phones. And we've also talked about what people want to see in FIFA 23. Not what I personally want to see in FIFA 23. And I believe we've touched on a lot of matters. We did talk about the World Cup in December and Ecuador being removed from the World Cup, and also Italy being removed from the World Cup as they lost their qualification match to North Macedonia. So it has been a good show. It has been an interesting show. Please feel free to join my Discord server called Gaming Central and give me any other topics that you would like me to run on the show, or any other topics that you would like me to cover on the show. And also join my Discord server as well, Gaming Central, if you want to be part of the show for future topics and future discussions. And with that being said, it has been your Kenyan boy BHG Frankenstein, keeping it locked with the gaming and streaming talk show, and I will catch all of you guys in the next one, and peace out.
We all love each other. Just run it from the top, baby. Oh man. Yeah, this feels good.
Got the windows rolled up, riding down the boulevard clean. Young boy following his dreams. I've been making big plays. Big plays, big plays. Motherfucker hater if he try to switch ways. We got liquor in the trunk and a little more smoke. Take our minds of being broke. We've been making big plays. Big plays, big plays. Motherfucker hater if he try to switch ways.
Big plays, big plays. Money keep calling, I just don't know which way. I'm pulling through your city on some God shit. Making plays like Brady in the pocket. I'm like, hold up, what the fuck to hold up? We ain't going anywhere till marijuana rolled up. Only one who don't smoke, this shit is all money with me. You try too hard, you high, funny to me. I think the hard work been working, cause all the non-believers quit chirping. If you ain't fucking with it, then you probably lack taste. But I get your ass lapped while you sit in last place. I've been dotting I's and I'm quick to cross T's while plotting on these G's stacked for my family. You know I stay sharp, so you know the shit's proper. Rolling 4 deep in the 06 miles.
Got the windows rolled up, riding down the boulevard clean. Young boy following his dreams. I've been making big plays. Big plays, big plays. Motherfucker hater if he try to switch ways. We got liquor in the trunk and a little more smoke. Take our minds of being broke. We've been making big plays. Big plays, big plays. Motherfucker hater if he try to switch ways.
Hey yo, you Tom Hanks big. That's why I look around, all these grown men acting like kids. Put the brakes on if she act childish. Tryna say she cute and that attitude stylish. Drive my ass crazy, racking up the mileage. Falling for that trap, nah, I ain't really buying it. Look, everything you did, I done did it before. I settled the score. Why? Cause I settle for more. I'm like, stop. Oh, wait a minute, I know. Grind never stop, rain, sleet, hail, snow. Stop. Whoa, wait a minute, I know. When the music pops, she gon' drop that ass low. Now, I ain't with the bottle in the club type. I'm in the studio, making sure it's just right. Staying sharp, so you know the shit's proper. Rolling 4 deep in the 06 miles.
Got the windows rolled up, riding down the boulevard clean. Young boy following his dreams. I've been making big plays. Big plays, big plays. Motherfucker hater if he try to switch ways. We got liquor in the trunk and a little more smoke. Take our minds of being broke. We've been making big plays. Big plays, big plays. Motherfucker hater if he try to switch ways.